If you're a teacher, you know the feeling. It's like you're trying to conduct a symphony where every musician is playing a totally different song. Well, that's what classroom differentiation feels like, right? Today, we're going to talk about how AI can basically be your conductor's baton, helping you create some real harmony from that beautiful chaos of all your different learners.
I mean, this is the question, isn't it? It's the core of the job. You've got this one amazing lesson you've planned, but you're looking out at 30 unique human beings, and every single one of them is on their own learning journey.
And this is exactly what that reality looks like. We all know this room. You've got the student who needs that extra bit of scaffolding. You've got the one who's done in like 5 minutes and is ready for the next mountain to climb. And then there's the student who's struggling, but so quietly you might miss it. It is a constant balancing act.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll name the beast, the differentiation dilemma. Then I'll introduce you to your new AI co-teacher. After that, we'll dive into 4 strategies that actually work. We'll talk about how to do this whole thing thoughtfully, and then we'll get to the best part, the true payoff. You ready? Let's jump in. Okay, first up, the differentiation dilemma. We all feel it. It's that huge gap between our desire to give every student a personalized education and the cold, hard reality of having only 24 hours in a day. You know, this slide really breaks it down beautifully. Differentiation isn't about making 30 completely separate lesson plans. That's impossible. It's more like being a master chef. You can change up the ingredients, that's the content. Or you can change the cooking method, that's the process. Or maybe you just change how you plate the dish, that's the product. It's all about making those small adjustments to serve everyone at the table. So imagine this. What if you had a co-teacher who never needed a coffee break, had pretty much all of human knowledge at their fingertips, and was a genius at adapting any material you threw at them? Well, that's kind of what we're talking about with AI. This is not about replacing you, not even close. It's about giving you the most powerful teaching assistant imaginable.
Oh, I love this. This is the perfect way to think about it. We've all been there, right? Wishing we just had a little dial on our lesson plan, a difficulty setting, a way to turn it up for the kids who are ready to soar, and dial it back just a bit for those who need a little more runway to get off the ground. That is exactly what AI can be for you.
All right, let's get into the good stuff, the actual how-to. We're going to walk through 4 super practical AI strategies that can take what used to be hours of your Sunday night prep time and shrink it down to just a few seconds. Seriously. Okay, strategy number 1. This one tackles probably one of the biggest differentiation hurdles out there, making sure every single student can actually access the text, no matter what their reading level is. And this right here, this is where the magic happens. Just look at that prompt. It's not some complicated computer code, right? It's just plain English. You're literally just telling the AI what you need, and boom, it delivers. I mean, the difference is just, it's night and day, isn't it? But this isn't just about saving a few hours. This is about completely changing your job description. Instead of spending your energy being a human copy and paste machine, you get to focus on the part of the job you actually love, teaching. Okay, next up, let's talk about that product pillar we mentioned earlier. How can we give our students more ways to show us what they know? How can we really play to their individual strengths and learning styles? Just think about how powerful this is. With a simple prompt like this, you're not just offering different ways to do the same old project. You're giving your students different ways to be brilliant. You're opening up doors for the builder, the artist, the coder, the writer, all in one classroom. All right, strategy number 3 is about creating tiered lessons. Now, this is a classic differentiation technique, but let's be honest, it can feel overwhelming. The idea is that everyone's working on the same core concept, just at different levels of complexity. Now this is such a brilliant way to frame it. The labels we use matter so much. Instead of slapping a low, medium, high label on kids, which just feels like a judgment, you use words like explorer, builder, innovator. Suddenly, it's not a ranking, it's an adventure. It meets every student right where they are and gives them a clear path to grow, all while keeping your dignity and motivation intact. Feedback, the holy grail. We know it's one of the most powerful tools we have to help students grow. We also know that the mountain of grading waiting for us can feel absolutely impossible to climb. So think of AI as your feedback intern. It can do that first pass for you. It can draft comments that are specific, constructive, and hit the key points. And then you, the expert teacher, can swoop in and add that personal touch, that unique insight that only you can provide.
You know the saying, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Now that we've seen all the amazing things AI can do, we have to talk about how to use this new co-teacher wisely.
Here's the bottom line. You are always the pilot. AI is the co-pilot. You're in charge. That means you always review what it spits out for accuracy. You make sure the options you're creating are meaningful, not just busy work. And you never, ever forget that you know your students, their hearts, their minds, their struggles, better than any algorithm ever will.
So, what's the real end game here? What is all this for? It's not just about making our lives easier or being more efficient. It's about something way, way bigger. This this slide says it all. When you let the robots do the robotic stuff, the tedious, repetitive tasks, you free yourself up. You get your time and, more importantly, your energy back for the human work. And what is that human work? It's this. It's kneeling next to a student's desk for that one-on-one conversation. It's brainstorming a wild creative project. It's building real, genuine relationships. It's all the stuff that made us want to become teachers in the first place. So when you really get down to it, this isn't about AI taking over a classroom. It's about AI empowering one teacher, you, to be more present, more creative, and more impactful for every single student who walks through your door. So I'll leave you with this to think about. If you really had an extra pair of hands, a tireless assistant who could handle the grunt work, what would you do with that time? What could you truly achieve? I think the possibilities are pretty much endless.